If you've been watching my channel recently, you've probably noticed that I've been playing a lot more with a brand new goal to compete. So I started posting daily arena videos and streaming all day to become the best fighter again. I didn't have enough time to upload and improve, so I scratched uploading altogether for a little bit, but recently I've been putting an insane amount of hours in. Things are finally starting to click and I feel like I'm the best I've ever been all around. So I'm gonna share all the things I did to improve in less than 1 month. This video is sponsored by Apex Gaming. Building a PC can be stressful, especially if you don't know which parts to order. So I partnered up with Apex Gaming and we made 3 pre-built, ready-to-order PCs so you don't have to worry about anything but getting a real job in the future after you spend 5 years playing the same game and all your mom wants you to do is do the dishes and take out. If you're interested, you could use code SLITE2K for up to $250 off of your purchase. Have fun! The absolute first thing I did when I wanted to improve drastically was change my sensitivity. I'm about to show it on screen, but don't just copy it. Use it as a blueprint and change them to what you like, because I'm probably not even done tweaking mine yet. I haven't changed my settings in 5 years and there's a lot of things that I want to experiment with. Like for instance, now I'm using boost. I do think the X and Y sense is the only thing that I'm not going to change. Every pro basically uses anything in the 40s for their X and Y, but the other multipliers I might mess with soon. Once I changed my settings, I started becoming way more consistent and confident. If you don't know what settings to use, please start off with mine or find your favorite controller pro's settings and use his as a blueprint as well, then stick with it. Once you find something that you like, don't keep changing it up. You have to learn how to be consistent on your sensitivity. Something I did before and still applies now more than ever is to simply just watch the best players play. You can either watch them live on Twitch, or if they're good enough, I'm sure they post games on their YouTube. There's hundreds if not thousands of pros out there in the community that you can learn from. A move you see from one pro can help you in the exact same situation that you previously died in. This is probably the most underrated way to improve because you don't actually have to play and go through all the torture of solo arena. You can watch someone else do it and also get 10 times smarter while watching if you apply what you like to your game. I used to watch a bunch of keyboard players back then because I'm very mechanical on controller, but recently I've been watching a lot of G-Money because we have similar aggressive play styles and also because I think he's the best fighter on controller right now with him getting 0 ping and all that. He's very entertaining to watch and you probably will see his play style mix with mine a lot now since I basically only watch him. Another very important and easy way to improve is to practice free building on your own. Comparing how I used to practice 2 years ago versus the standards of how someone else as mechanical as me practices and even how I practice today changes what I thought about skill ceilings. There's a lot more moves, precise movement, and changes of direction that you can learn if you take the time and practice. When I first get on, I hop into this free build island, start at 0.8 speed, get to max height, then 0.9, and I keep going until I get a little bit over the normal speed, probably like 1.1 or 1.2 times. When you do this and go back to playing on normal speed, everything feels slower and you realize you could push yourself to the highest potential on faster speeds too if you're quick enough. And I'm not just building the same things over and over. I try to be as creative as possible to really be a threat mechanically. So I mix and match and make up as many variations as possible within the limits of my movement because one thing I personally can't stand is choppy movement. Everything has to smoothly blend together. When I felt comfortable enough with free building and practicing, I always went into this Penville Island and 1v1 for at least 30 minutes to an hour. And the biggest reason I found why I'm not as good at arena as I am at creative is because usually I would find myself being super unaware of my opponent and not protecting myself just to finish some retake I was practicing, which will get me shot at a super easy angle. So now when I go 1v1 any player, I build right at them, change direction, and adapt by covering myself when I know I'm building unprotected, no matter what I'm in the middle of. A trick I didn't use at first was looking at visual audio. It was really confusing at first, but after a while I started using it by instinct when I couldn't see my opponent, and now I understand it a lot more. And I could truly say it helps to double check visual footsteps even if you can hear your opponent, because footstep audio already isn't the best for this game. And lastly, I played solo arena. Not creative, not duo arena or trio arena, not pubs, solo arena. This is how you learn how to fight in all situations and gain skill as a solo player. If you have the right mindset and don't make excuses when you die, you will become a better player very quickly. Don't complain when a third party comes and kills you. Think about how long it took you to finish the 1v1 and how you could have ended that fight before the third party even got there. Don't complain about how you got one pumped. Think about how you could have played a better angle no matter how weak your opponent was. Don't complain about getting lasered in the back before a fight starts. Think about how to counter peek so you can both heal and make things fair again. I don't do it very often because I'm such an aggressive player, but simply just take everything personally when you die in arena. Try harder than whoever you're fighting and learn how to counter pressure against the more aggressive players. That's what I did, and that's what I'm going to continue to do, as well as building up my confidence as a fighter. I'm not the best yet, but I know I definitely have the potential to be, and while I have this opportunity, I will capitalize on it and show you guys everything. So if something crazy does happen on this journey, then you guys will see everything from the beginning and know exactly what I did to get where I'm at. If you want to see me get better live, I will be live an insane amount on Twitch, and I will continue to post YouTube videos of progressions and maybe even finish the Zero Ping series when I have enough time. If I helped you, please like the video, and if there's anything else you want to see, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.